When doing a tarot oracle card reading, the reader will focus on the person or their situation. Shuffle and cut the deck until it feels right, or have the person or the reading do this in-person reading, then draw the cards, laying them in the open chosen spread. Then they interpret the thread according to the meaning of the cards and the intuitive impressions received. These types of readings can answer specific questions or give a general overview of the situation. Try it now. Do a tarot card oracle reading. If you already own a tarot card, and choose the deck you would use for the reading. If you don't own a deck, I remember this at Florida Room. If you don't own a deck, then go to your local bookstore or online retail and purchase one in order to do this exercise. When making your selection, choose one that you feel drawn to a detail above. You can often glean more information if the deck comes with an interpretive book, so this may be an added option that you'd like to consider. The romantic Rockstar, dude. I'll get Mindy Everett. Other decks comes complete with a deck, book, carrying case, or a bag, or a journal to log your results. You might prefer this type of complete set. Once you have your deck, begin by moving a reading for yourself. Start with a simple 3-card spread and focus on one specific question or situation. Shuffle the cards until you feel that the energy is right. Do with Cloak or Bree, and then cut the cards. Cats and Mary, cut the cards. Right into the several piles. Choose the piles you feel drawn. That's funny, You'd have to prove that Jessica Land is better than laughing at Cats and Mary. Choose the piles you feel drawn to and select the card. One together, 3 cards at the top of the deck. They don't give a shit about your moral impedance. They either like you or they don't. When casting runes, you'll focus on your situation and reach into the bag, holding the runes and touch the various tiles until you feel that connect with your energy. You move the tile and lay it down in the pattern. You might get McKenna. You choose, you continue doing this until all the places in the spread are cast with a rune, and you follow the order of the spread and read the meaning of each rune from the accompanying instruction book. When interpreting the cast, you consider both the individual meaning of each rune and its position in the spread. Rune casting can be very enlightening, especially when you're at times of change in your life. When you're successful in meeting your guides or finding spirits on a film, did you meet your animal totem? This is just the beginning of a giant step in path of enlightenment. As you recognize and learn to communicate with those on the other side and the other planes, you'll become more aware of the vastness of the universe. There's much you can do from these beings if you're open to their assistance. Doing readings is an enjoyable way to practice your intuitive abilities. Even if you're only doing them for yourself, you can gain insightful and wise knowledge through a variety of readings. Keep exploring your own abilities and trying different types of readings to find what works best for you. You may prefer one type over the other to gain insight to questions and aid in spiritual growth. The knowledge you gain from readings is priceless. I told Sue about the Windsor Wonder, dude. She likes my shirt. The types of intuitive communication she says she knows. Just as there are many types of guides and spiritual beings on the other side, there are also many ways that entities can communicate with you. Wait, dude. I don't have to do Paul Eugene's today, happiness. In this chapter, we're going to look at some of them. This is another section where I suggest you write down the messages received during communication. Being able to look back at your experiences is invaluable in your spiritual growth. Afterlife communication is the ability, you probably heard the term pet psychic or animal communicator. Uses clairvoyance there, who can telepathically converse with animals there. If you don't have an animal, you probably experience on some level communication with your pet. Ever wonder where your dog or cat is and the next moment they show up beside you? Subconsciously, you have telepathically called the pet to your side. Animals know when you love them, like them, or are afraid of them, or hate them, because they will reflect your feelings toward them because either knowingly or unknowingly, the task telepathically project those feelings to them. They may react in the way you expect due to your feelings about them, or they may act in a complete opposite manner. Let's look at two examples. A dog that senses you hate it becomes defensive, raising the hair along its back and barking if you move toward it in an aggressive manner. A dog that senses you hate it may become defensive, raising the hair along its back and barking if you move toward it in an aggressive manner. That same dog that senses love you will act submissive to try to play with you if you make those same aggressive moves. A horse that senses fear in a person will either remain calm itself to calm the person's fears or resort to natural flight instinct and move away from the person. You can use animal telepathy with the intention to communicate with any animal. Wild animals are perfect test subjects to use as you strengthen this ability. Try it on your own pet. It can be difficult because you already know. Communicating telepathically with your pet. To do this exercise, move your pet into the country and squirt some ducks on it. Yeah. God. Rat hole. You ever heard someone call your name, turn around and look, and no one's there? Hearing a voice is related to your intuition. It often happens in the same way every time you hear someone say or shout your name. While it feels as if the voice is coming from outside of you as someone else is calling you, it also sounds as if it's right beside your ear. It sounds both far away and nearby at the same time. When I've heard this, it always seems as though the sound is coming from above and slightly to my right side. You may experience this during the day as a loud shout, but it can also happen just as you're falling asleep or if you're waking up because you're more receptive to contact during these times. I've noticed that when this happens to me, it's because my spirit guide is a message for me. I'm very busy or just not actively being aware of my guides. My name is called to get my attention to the message to be delivered. This also happens when guides have messages I'm supposed to deliver to other people. When I hear my name called in this manner, I no longer look to see if there's someone there because I know it's my guides trying to make contact. If you've ever heard your name called, first pay attention to see if you've heard these guides. Your guides will often contact you in this manner when it's important and you're not paying attention. Other times you may feel the voices coming from the less pure energy source than the energy of your guides. There are many instances where the voice is thought to be from a ghost or lower spirit level. Because you don't want those entities calling out your name, ask your guides to protect you from this kind of contact. And ask you that they're the only one who communicate with you by calling your name. Yeah. God, anytime you're dealing with situations that are paranormal in nature, you should always protect yourself with divine white light so the energies will stay away from you. If you do this, you'll experience your name being called and you'll know that from a positive or divine source, not a negative, lower level source. The mass media messages when you're driving down the road, you have a thought and you want to solve you see a message, you roll down your window, perhaps you're solving a relationship or you're feeling stressed or underappreciated. You see a billboard, hey, it's me, I'm famous, yeah. We roll out the window and wave hi. Hey, yeah, hey, bye. Hey, bye. Hey, guy. Angels are masters. When our loved ones pass, they use signs to show us that they're still around to express their love for us. It is their way of letting us know they're okay while we're grieving. That's a good one, dude. Signs often appear while we're do about our daily activities. If someone has loved you recently passed, you often sometimes receive messages from them right away. Your grief may be too intense. It may wait until more time has passed. The angel God damn it, dude. Other times they will make their presence known during these times, and all spirits will choose to communicate with the living, but do it as a truly gift. When my grandmother's passed, I was distraught that I heard my name on a song on the radio. A song I knew for a fact that didn't contain my name. One of the lyrics of the song was "I love you," and my name was inserted right before that lyric. I immediately received the impression of my grandmother smiling at me. Evangeline, dude. Spirit automatically will connect with you through songs on the radio. Sending you a message, exactly. When you need, that's not funny, dude. When you hear another day I was overwhelmed with grief and felt as if someone grasped my shoulders and hugged me. And since my grandmother nearby, I didn't know for an instant that it was her way of letting me know she was okay and she loved me. You can also experience afterlife communication with your animals. I've had this happen many times in my life, but the first time was amazing and that I never questioned the spirit realm again. I was just a little kid and my pony was shot and killed by hunters. I was in the pasture laying down with a filly when a strong wind came up from a path along a creek. The filly was immediately on alert and jumped up. As it was very strange, the filly just went, kata, blonk, blue, filly in your silly little, pond, filling it up, drinking it down, and taking a spin right into the marsh. Yeah.